Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, man. Just a quick video, man. I'm going to be covering this news article. It's basically on the Express, UK Express, and the title is Plans for EU Army Back On as Brussels Fat Cats Take Advantage of Brexit. And basically saying the plans are the brainchild of Hungary's right-wing Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who believes that Europe should strengthen its military capabilities to bolster security. Mr. Orban put pressure on Angela Merkel and a band of EU fat cats over the issue at a meeting with the German Chancellor and the Prime Ministers of Poland, Czech Republic and Slovakia. He said we should list the issue of security as a priority and we should start setting up a common European army. So more or less he's trying to use that excuse of security, which is vague, to get an EU army, man. And anyone that knows anything, is more or less that EU army. The main reasons they're going to be using it is one, for the coming Third World War, where they're going to be sending them troops to the Middle East, which all the other nations are going to be part of because of what Third World War, everyone's going to get involved. Another main reason is for martial law, man, to lock down the borders, because that's like, he's from Hungary, and Hungary is one of their countries where they ain't wanted to deal with none of these migrants coming out of Syria, man. So more or less, what they want the EU army for, that would just be for locking down the borders, man. Because right now, as you've got the borders in complete disarray, mainly because Angela Merkel just told them, yeah, just come, you can all just come to the EU. You got thousands of them flooding in. Not that they're really having a big impact, but it's more the social aspect of it. People are getting all upset, man, because they're seeing a bunch of migrants coming in. They've had a couple of little events with these guys. Apparently they were raping up women in Germany on the New Year's, and they've been doing a couple other things. But then those stories come. There was another story that came out about some migrants who got touched up by what was it? Some East Africans, I think they were, in Italy.
Italians.
Yeah, they got touched up by them Italians, man. Some Italian geezer was like, oh, well, you don't have a place to stay, come. Brought them to the yard, then starts touching them up, molesting them, then kicks them out. So that's really, it's some bullshit, man. Esau's just shedding light on the bits he wants to shed light on, man. Like a lot of these migrants are even coming in and working, doing dirty jobs. They're gonna be working for below minimum wage, man. It says Bohuslav Sobotka, the Prime Minister of the Czech Republic, has lent his support to Mr. Orban's plan, stating we should also begin a discussion about creating a common European army. Mr. Orban has placed pressure on Mrs. Merkel to initiate talks on the issue ahead of the EU summit due to take place next week. Better communication between member states is seen as a top priority following Brexit, with Mrs. Merkel commenting that it is important to listen to each other in different formats. Yeah, more or less, that's it, man. Like that EU army, them getting that back up is more or less just getting the minds of the people more leaning towards that Third World War martial law. And you've seen in Germany, in Brussels, in France, they've already kicked off martial law, man. So more or less they'll be using that just to standardize it across the board. They'll say, okay, we need the borders locked down. Because really the migrant crisis, no solutions have really come out, man. It's been hella months. People are whining and complaining. The thing is, that's because it's all a setup anyway. The elites that orchestrated the event in the first place of smashing Syria, there was a vote in Parliament down the road where they decided, okay, we're gonna fucking bomb Syria. There was a vote. Everyone was out there. There was a couple of people protesting. Everyone knew about it. It was in the news. Lo and behold, after that happens, the migrant crisis happens. And now you've got people getting all upset. Nationalism on the rise, the Brexit happening. That's basically all these events culminating in that race wars, martial law, and that Third World War, man. So that EU army, the main thing I want to focus on is that martial law, man. Let me get a scripture on this, man. This is 2nd Ezra 15, and let me start from verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that's what's coming, man, that Third World War, where all these nations are going to rise up against each other and go to war, man. And you can see it's happening with Russia. The main people of Russia and America, man. And that war is going to be between them. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of, well, that's it. A man should desire to go into a city, shall not be able, man. So they're going to be getting locked down, man. All these cities are going to get locked down. All these peeps are going to find out that they don't live in a democracy, man. That they're locked down. And that basically they've been slowly giving their rights away since 9/11, since 7/7 attacks over here. And even with in France, man, after that truck attack in Nice, they said, oh, he said he was looking to stop martial law after that. He said, look, man, it's going to be like the people have no rights. But then that happened, and people were clamoring for more martial law. So they're getting people used to the mind state of just being locked down under martial law, and that's how they want it, man. But I'll leave it there. I'll say, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. WW3 Apostle, great millstone, man. Shalom.